Anxiety is a painful uneasiness of mind over an anticipated ill. At least that's what it says in the dictionary. What anxiety really is it's this gnawing, ripping feeling at your insides that you feel like you're just going to die. You feel like you have to run. It's really extreme worry at its worst. It causes people to miss work. It's the number one reason people abuse alcohol. They try to self-medicate, and the number one reason people take prescription medication. And there's all different types of anxiety. There's generalized anxiety disorder. There's panic attacks. There's social anxiety and social phobias. There's agoraphobia. But anxiety itself is very misunderstood because everybody has it. The question is, how much does it disrupt your life? If your anxiety is to the point where you find yourself avoiding things to avoid the feelings of anxiety, then you're in trouble. For example, some people avoid socializing because they find they can only socialize when they drink. Other people avoid flying because they don't like that feeling of being inside a plane and not being able to get out. Some people might avoid something as simple as going on an elevator because they don't want to feel entrapped. Other people just get anxiety when they have to go to the doctor and have blood work done because what if they find something? What if they don't? And so anxiety is just when your mind is just going 90 miles an hour and you're fueling the fire with scary thoughts. And very often people complain of heart palpitations, feelings of disassociation where you feel like you're outside of your body, or they worry compulsively and obsessively about something, maybe their children, maybe their health, maybe losing their job, money. And when you're anxious, you can feel it in your chest. You just feel like your heart's pounding really fast. You feel like you can't breathe. Your hands can get sweaty. You just have this general sense of uneasiness. The thing about anxiety is so often people go to their doctor and they complain of all of the things I'm describing, and yet their doctor, because they've only got 5 or 10 minutes maybe to spend with you, they might prescribe medication. And medication can be a very useful tool for some people if it's given properly. There are antidepressants that can work well for anxiety, and there are anti-anxiety medications. I strongly suggest you talk with your doctor because medication can be very helpful in treating anxiety. But you know what the best form of treatment for anxiety is? It's facing it, and it's coping skills, and it's learning how to underreact instead of overreact. Because people who get anxiety tend to have a certain personality type. People who get anxiety or actually have problems with anxiety tend to be overreactors. They're compulsive, they're obsessive, they overanalyze everything, they think too much. They are catastrophic thinkers. They have a very vivid imagination. They're highly creative people. They're very sensitive people. They're intelligent people. And the good news about anxiety is this, and I think this is the unique approach that I take in what I teach, and why my books have done well, my programs have done well, is that you're not dysfunctional because you have anxiety. In fact, you're full of potential. Because some of the most successful people in the world are people who struggle with anxiety. It's because people with anxiety are creative and introspective and very sensitive and really intelligent and analytical. Imagine if you could take all that creative energy and focus it outward to make your dreams come true. But when you don't know how to do that, and no one has ever diagnosed you or told you how to turn it around, so to speak, you sit and you worry and you wonder and you contemplate. What if I lose my job? What if it's cancer? What if my husband leaves me? What if my son doesn't make it home tonight? What if he gets in a car accident? And what happens is you create these stimulants in your body. You create sodium lactate, adrenaline, and they go cursing through your body, and they actually make your symptoms worse. So it can start with something as simple as a thought. Where's my son tonight? Or is my husband going to leave me? Or what if I lose my job? Or what if I lose money in the stock market? Or what if my house loses more of its equity? And then that creates your heart to pound, and you get shortness of breath, and then the what if thinking transforms into more release of these chemical stimulants, and before you know it, you could actually create a panic attack. And people who have anxiety disorder often get themselves so worked up, they create what we call a panic attack. And what a panic attack is, if you've never had one, it's so hard to explain. But imagine if you walked into the doctor's office and he said, you know, you have cancer. Imagine how you'd feel. Or if you were on a plane and you were in extreme severe turbulence. Imagine if maybe you got in a terrible car accident, or worse yet, someone called you on the phone and said that your son had just been in a terrible car accident. That's what a panic attack feels like. It feels like you can't breathe, you have to run, you're gonna die, no one can help you, you have to get out, you have to be in control. And you really think something just absolutely horrific is gonna happen, but you don't know what it is. So usually it kind of starts out like you start worrying, and then you start this flow of adrenaline. And then the adrenaline creates anxious symptoms, which would be rapid heartbeat, feelings that you can't catch your breath, sweaty palms, maybe even dizziness or upset stomach. Some people even get diarrhea or feel like they're like this disassociation feeling, like you're not there. And then that scares you, and then you start to worry more, and that's what creates a panic attack. So anxiety disorder is something that about 16 million people suffer from. Everybody has anxiety, but not everybody has it to the extreme where it actually becomes a disorder. It can be classified as a disorder if it's to the point where you actually find yourself where it's affecting your life. And when the anxiety gets to the point where you're avoiding things such as flying, traveling, socializing, maybe driving in cars, going to the doctor, going to the dentist. Some people won't go get their hair done. When you avoid doing things because you don't want to feel the anxiety, that's considered agoraphobia. If you recognize yourself in what I'm describing, the good news is you're smart, you're creative, and there's help. And you can get beyond this and use these skills that create the anxiety to actually create a better life for yourself. And the other thing you need to know is if you're someone who suffers with panic disorder, you are 7 times more likely to have a child with panic disorder. So one of the best reasons to get help for yourself is to get help for your kids. And until then, go live your life.
For more free videos and resources, please visit Lucinda Bassett at lucindabassettcoaching.com. Thank you.